The anxiety spike before a high-stakes moment has a shape. It peaks and begins to resolve in about 90 seconds if you don't feed it, which is why the worst thing you can do during it is try to fix it. You know the exact moments this happens. It's those quiet, heavy minutes waiting in the green room before a presentation, dialing into a crucial board meeting, or bracing yourself for a difficult conversation. Your sympathetic nervous system, the network responsible for your fight or flight response, ramps up rapidly. Your heart rate accelerates, your breathing shallows, and there is a sudden, unavoidable vacuum where your physical comfort used to be. If you are a high performer, you are hardwired to solve problems. When this sudden physical arousal hits, you treat it as a critical system error. You assume you need to regain total calm instantly. But that intense urgency to get calm now actually functions as a secondary stressor. By demanding an immediate halt to what your body is doing, you compound the physiological response and actively escalate the panic. Highly capable professionals usually have a toolkit of mental interventions they deploy to forcefully reclaim that calm. They try to logic their way out, analyze the fear, or aggressively rationalize the stakes of the room. The issue is that cognitive brute force is the wrong tool for processing a purely physiological wave. You cannot think your way out of a chemical rush that is already flooding your bloodstream. Attempting to analyze your anxiety while you are inside the spike actively requires you to engage your brain's threat detection circuitry. You are forcing your mind to scan the environment and your own body for danger signals to process. This creates a cruel trap. Your analytical mind's best asset, its relentless problem-solving mechanism, becomes the exact fuel keeping the anxiety alive. We have to reframe what that physiological spike actually is. Arousal is a highly coordinated biological response designed to prepare you for action, not a malfunction in your hardware. Experiencing this wave means you are a functioning human being. It does not mean you are broken or unprepared for the moment ahead. This chart shows the lifespan of an acute emotion. Left unresisted, it typically spikes, peaks, and decays within roughly 90 seconds. Notice these variations. That 90-second mark is a useful rule of thumb for peak intensity, not a rigid biological guarantee. Understanding the natural lifespan of this chemical rush gives you a distinct advantage. It removes the internal pressure to forcefully abort the feeling because you know it already has an expiration date. The problem arises when we engage in behaviors that actively disrupt this natural biological decay. Physical resistance, like white-knuckling your chair, artificially signals to your body that the threat is ongoing. It churns the water just as it should settle. Digital distraction serves a similar function. Staring at your phone for a quick hit of reassurance keeps your nervous system highly stimulated instead of allowing it to naturally power down. Mentally rehearsing a disastrous outcome on a loop is perhaps the most costly. Every time you visualize failing the presentation, you send a fresh alert to the brain, continuously re-triggering the alarm state. Managing this requires adjusting how you measure success. During those initial 90 seconds, your goal is not to achieve zero anxiety. Success is defined simply as refusing to make major mental or physical decisions from the peak of the arousal curve. You are just riding it out. The alternative to analyzing the spike is an active strategy, tactical waiting. Before the high-stakes day even begins, select one simple sensory anchor. This could be the physical weight of your feet pressing into the floor, the texture of the chair beneath you, or a distant, consistent sound in the room. When the spike hits, you deploy a non-negotiable internal script. I'm not solving my life right now. I'm waiting out the wave. Grounding your attention entirely on an external sensation starves that internal cognitive loop of the focus it requires to extend the 90-second window. This diagram demonstrates a specific mechanical breathing tactic to pair with your anchor.